Nice river.
I like it. Take one of me. Take one of me.
Okay, I want one.
Ready to go, guys?
I was actually going to make it interactive, so
Okay, so welcome everybody
stage
to
and
the
I'll take your phone.
Sure.
Reality New York meetup, or as we fondly like to call it, ARNY. My name is Owen Marr. I founded this meetup almost 4 years ago, no, 3.5 years ago, and I have one question for you. Is ARNY in the house?
Woo!
Not bad, but I think you can do better, right? Is ARNY in the house? That's nice. I can listen to that all day. All right, so for those who are here for the first time, our purpose is to help advance augmented reality. And we do it by bringing together the best talent in New York, that's you guys, with the best of AR from all over the world. And actually, we just attached sort of a welcome kit to the meetup page, so you can find, for those who are for the first time here, they can learn a bit more about the background and what we're trying to do and so on. But this is really our 4th year, and we just crossed 1,300 members, so we're the largest AR meetup in the world, and I think also the long-lasting one. But it's really not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And what we like about this group is that we have people from all walks of life. We have developers, engineers, students, professors, we have entrepreneurs, lawyers, police officers, you name it. So that's really what makes this team so unique, and or group so unique, and the discussions before and after are really what we're all about. So we have a fantastic, before that, how many of you are here for the first time? Nice, so thank you all for coming, and we hope you enjoyed it. We have a really amazing program tonight. Let's take a look. So we have 4 speakers from New York-based startups. So I think that really shows how the community here is thriving with augmented reality development. And we're going to, actually our first speaker is not here, so we have an amazing replacement. But before that, I want to thank our host, New York University Poly. And Mark, you want to say a few words about location? So first, thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. Really appreciate you making the effort to come out to Brooklyn. I think it's going to be an exciting night. Ori always does well. I teach at the IDM department, Integrated Digital Media. I teach 3D 1, 2, and 3, and I also teach the augmented reality grad class here. We'd like to show us our new project that we've been working on at some point tonight. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you again. Some housekeeping notes. Restroom is all the way to the left and another left. You go across the door and then you find it. And now it's time to get started. So our first speaker is actually going to be Vivian, which has been presenting at ARNY a couple of times before, various products that she's been working on. And what we really like about Vivian's company, which is, after a few years where you had mostly technology-oriented companies, her company is actually coming to it from a marketing and advertising perspective. So we're starting to see a lot of companies coming from the vertical as opposed to coming from the technology side. And that's really showing the maturity of this whole industry. And without further ado, let's welcome Vivian.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I have to hold this.
Oh, we can put it on this.
Okay. Well, whatever. All right. And I have to put my password in. It's a lot of help. Thank you for having me. It's nice to be back. And I think that was a lovely introduction. But 2, it is interesting to see sort of where AR is going. So just a little bit of background and sort of why I got into AR is I was an architect originally, and then I started a digital agency, worked with a lot of brands, and I felt like there was going to be an opportunity for them to move into the mobile space in a way that didn't really exist through things like Instagram or Twitter or Foursquare. And I really wanted to create sort of a compelling, visually driven experience. And so set out to do that with GoldRun. GoldRun's now evolved into Snaps, so our new name is Snaps. And we're in iOS and Android. And so just really quickly, I'll show you what we are and then just do a really fast demo with the audience. So essentially, we let fans of a brand express themselves creatively through creating user-generated advertising with that brand. So what that means, just to give you an example, is we work with Sony for the launch of the Smurf film. So kids who love that film could actually pose virtually with a Smurf. And one of the things that was interesting to see was how quickly kids understood virtual content. You show them one photograph and immediately they ham it up for the camera and start understanding how to interact with an object that's not there, which is pretty wild to see that happen. And so this is just sort of like the ecosystem is that we have content, brands work with us to put content onto Snaps, and then there's a fan of that brand. They take photos of a particular product, celebrity, basically anything. I mean, we worked in sports vertical, in entertainment space, in retail, CPG, and they're creating essentially really personal, authentic ads for the brand. And what's exciting is that these do not feel like ads. They feel like photos that have content in them that are really valuable to the brands, actually provide the brand the ability to monetize photos for really the first time. And then they're shared on any social network, so we're sort of platform agnostic. And then the brands can curate the best photos, create photo albums with them, contests, anything they would like, but use them as secondary marketing collateral. And this is just our user flow. So you take a photo with a piece of content. The brand can default to social copy, so there can be a particular hashtag or Twitter handle associated with it. We can embed any watermark, logo, launch date of a film or a TV show or product release into the photo, which we call out just in that third image. Someone shares it on, say, Facebook. Their friends see it. It's not a siloed, awful Facebook ad. It's actually something that you would pay attention to because your friend took the photo. And then we can now link out to commerce opportunities, which is something that the brands we are working with we're really interested in. More clients, and this is just some of the stuff that we're going to be releasing really soon in the next 3 weeks, about 3 or 4 weeks. So on the left, we're going to have in-app photo streams. You can see all the photos that people are taking in the app, which is something that people were requesting a lot. And you can also follow friends, you can follow brands, you can follow films, you can follow athletes, so on and so forth. You can customize the image more. You can, the Buy Now option we've already integrated, and then the featured brand pages we've integrated as well. So with that, unless there's any questions, I was just going to do a quick demo.
Yeah, we'll do the questions at the end.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. Don't no questions. Just kidding. So 1 second. I'm going to put this microphone down. Or I get a hand thing. All right. So while I'm doing the demo, for those of you who have phones, I would ask you to download Snaps and do the demo with me, if you're so willing. So it's SNAPS, and let's see, first get this clicked. And it's in Google Play and on iOS. I don't know what the download speeds are like in here, but let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. I can do it. So I don't know for those of you downloading the app, but anyway, so this is what we call the featured So there are brands in there, like we worked with Warner Brothers for The Hobbit, and then there's all sorts of things for Easter, and so sometimes it could be a product that you're taking a photo with. Sometimes, like in the case of the cruise, it's actually, here, I'll show this, it would actually be a picture frame, so I could take a photo of, or, sorry, I moved the camera too soon. And then if you go into the campaign view, you can see all the different content. And one of the things that's been interesting is being able to respond to things that are sort of in the news right now. So one thing we did, which I'll get to, is this, which you probably saw all over Facebook yesterday for marriage equality. And so what's pretty cool is that I can, well, one, I could in theory take a photo of myself, but I don't want to do that. But I could go into my camera library and here, well, let me try to find a not totally ridiculous photo. A lot of these photos are a little silly. Okay, so that's another photo with Snaps Fun with animals. But I could actually adjust this on the fly and make. Does everyone know what I'm talking about with Facebook and these red? Okay, yes. I just want to make sure that people don't think I'm totally strange here making red squares. So it's like an instant way for people to show support, say for marriage equality, and make an image on the fly, and then I can take a photo. I can edit it. I'm not going to do that right now. And then there's the defaulted social copy up, and then I could post it, say on Twitter or Facebook or wherever I wanted to post it. And so, oh, sorry, I'm going to take that off. Anyway, so that's just shows you quickly how we can do stuff for brands, but also for social causes, or really anything you want. So with that, done. Any questions?
All right, thanks very much. Now it's time for question, and while you address those questions, we'll
Yeah,
get the speaker.
Okay, great. Thanks. All right. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how does a brand request an augmented scene? And what's the process behind explaining to them how they explain to their audience how to use it?
Sure, that's a great question. So basically brands call us when they have a campaign that they want to